Yo, what's up guys? We're bringing you a new video. We're bringing you a vlogoween video. We got a nice setup right here. We got some Halloween fabric, pumpkin pumpkins, baby. You got a skeleton, you got a witch, dollar store Halloween fabric. And we're gonna be watching this scary animated video, Crazy Dentist, I think. And we're gonna see how this goes. Okay, let's get started.
3, 2, 1.
Crazy Dentist, baby.
This happened when I was only 5 years old. I remember that my family
Is he fucking bleeding?
coming back home from my grandparents' cottage that day. While on the way home, I started to have an extremely painful toothache. It was so strong that I was crying and screaming out in pain.
We need to get him the tooth fairy. Yeah, I know. Get him the tooth fairy to fix those teeth. Holy, no one cries that much.
Yeah,
holy.
So my mom searched the internet for the nearest hospital. Unfortunately, the only one around the area we were in was a mental hospital.
It says mental asylum at Eden. Ed.
Eating these balls!
Take away the E in the end. Ed. You know who Ed is? What color is the girl's hair? Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran.
Which only had a dentist room for the patients of the hospital. And for some emergency situations. As my mom was nervous about the patients, we immediately ran to the dentist's room. The dentist was in his early 40s, bald, and I remember that he had a really weird, kind of funny look about him.
Holy, did his fat ass eat so much Halloween candy or something? Like, how much Halloween candy did he eat?
I think we caught Johnny Sins in 4K.
What do you think he's gonna do, the dentist?
I have no clue, honestly. A lot of these things are unexpected.
Maybe he's just gonna bite the kid out of nowhere. This guy looks like he needs some help. Holy, Two-Face over here.
As we walked in, I guess he was annoyed about the fact that I was crying back then. Hey, kid. Shut up. Real men don't cry, he said. I was just a 5-year-old boy. My dad got pissed off, but he controlled himself because we weren't able to find another doctor. Suddenly, the dentist became super sweet and told me to sit on the chair.
You know what else is sweet? His teeth when he ate all that Halloween candy.
While he was checking my mouth, he seemed kind of nervous, but he was also saying some jokes to my 7-year-old brother. My brother started laughing, and then what the dentist did almost made my heart drop. He screamed to my brother, "Stop laughing or I'll take your brother's teeth out, one by one." It was enough. He was a weirdo, and at that point, my dad was furious. He was about to beat up this madman, but thankfully my mom calmed him down. Of course, my brother got scared and started crying.
Real men don't cry.
He told him to get out because he was so annoying that he couldn't do his work. So Dad got out with my brother and Mom stayed with me. Being paranoid, my mom didn't feel comfortable about leaving 5-year-old me behind with a weird stranger.
Okay, I kind of think like God, he's crazy like that because it's a mental asylum hospital. That's why he's probably a fucking psychopath, Johnny Sins.
I remember clearly that he looked at me in a very weird way that gave me the creeps. Just then, Mom asked him if she could use the toilet that was in the room. "Oh, sorry, ma'am. This isn't a restroom. It's a room we keep old stuff," he said. But we could clearly see the restroom sign on the door, and even hear the noise of running water that the toilet made.
Okay, why would the toilet be running when it says the sink is running? You see, it said the toilet was making noise for like water noise, but then the sink was like running.
He was sweating and his hands were shaking. When he finished with my tooth, we immediately left and went home. And my mom called her sister to tell her everything about the incident.
Her sister looks like a gamer. What? That's actually pretty cool. She has like purple hair, purple shirt. Her favorite color is probably like yellow or something.
A week after, my aunt called my mom. "Did you see the news?" She told us that she saw a dentist who had killed a woman in her late 20s. And he was keeping her in his clinic's bathroom for almost a week. And the place
That was why. There's a freaking dead person right in the bathroom. Freaking insane guy, killer dentist. Holy shit.
The place was the same hospital where we had gone before.
That's scary.
Shaking her hands, Mom turned on the TV. And there he was.
Oh.
It was the same man who had checked my tooth. That explained his weird behavior and why he didn't let my mom use the bathroom. A dead body was only a few meters away from me and my family. The dentist was diagnosed with schizophrenia and finally sentenced to death. I'm so glad that my mom didn't go to the bathroom anyway.
Orange couch.
I learned something that I want to share with you guys. If you ever notice that someone has a weird behavior that makes you feel uncomfortable, don't just stay there. Find an excuse and immediately leave. And this might save your life.
So,
I think that was honestly pretty good.
I thought it was scary. It's not about us, like, screaming or getting jump scared. Scary is just like, what the hell? Bro, he went to the dentist, and then the guy was acting weird, and then they turned on the news and saw the dentist. Now we're going to be watching this second one called True House Sitting Horror Story. We're going to see which story is better. Get it? Which story is better?
So this happened last year when I was house sitting for my neighbor. He was in the hospital for a few days recovering from surgery, and I had been asked to stay in the house and keep an eye on his cats. The house was pretty small.
That's what she said?
But it was on a nice wide open property by the woods.
I don't even know if this is a word, but that's like naturistic.
It's in the woods.
Yeah.
That's why I already know it's going to be fucked.
And there was a tiny swinging cat flap on the kitchen door,
A lot of locks.
where the cats could come and go as they pleased.
The cocks.
The flap led into a screened-in back porch, and the house only had one bedroom. So I chose to sleep on the couch in the living room. After cleaning up, feeding the cats, I shut off all the lights and laid back on the couch. I had my phone out and was casually scrolling through Facebook when I heard the flap swinging back and forth. From where I was in the living room, I couldn't see the door because the counter was in the way, but I glanced over to see one of the cats scamper over and leap up on my legs. I gave it a welcoming pat on the head and continued scrolling. After another minute, I heard the cat door make a noise again. A soft squeak. This time, I didn't even glance over, figuring it was the second cat following the first into the house.
You know how she was scrolling? Sometimes I just want to watch one TikTok video, then you start watching for like 2 hours, and then you don't even notice. What the hell did I just do with my life?
Another few moments passed. Then I heard the squeaking again, and then after another moment, it squeaked a third time. I looked up from my phone, wondering why the second cat was jumping in and out like that. I was wondering if I would have to scoop it up and put it in the bedroom. The door continued to squeak for another couple of minutes, as the second cat continued to jump in and out. I finally decided that I had enough. I put my phone down and sat up on the couch. I began to stretch. As I did, I happened to glance behind the couch, and my blood froze.
What the hell?
The second cat was curled up in its bed in the corner, and the first cat was still nestled between my legs. My confusion turned to fear instantly. Was there another animal on the back porch? Another cat, maybe? I slowly stood up and carefully made my way over to the back door, tiptoeing across the carpet in my socks.
And walking
The
forward.
door made a squeaking noise again. I peered around the counter and felt the sensation of my heart leaping up into my throat. And at the same moment, my stomach dropped. By the faint rays of the nightlight in the hallway,
What the hell is wrong with that guy's freaking arm? You stop shitting yourself?
the fingertips were brushing at the lock. For a few short seconds, all I could do was stare in terror, frozen by the surreal silent reality of what I was experiencing. It almost didn't feel real. The severity of the situation hit me, and I realized that if the intruder got in, I wasn't going to stand a chance. I grabbed a large two-pronged fork that was used for flipping steaks on a grill, and in one swift motion, I stabbed at the arm right below the wrist as hard as I could. There came a thunderous scream of pain from the other side of the door, and the arm was immediately retracted through the flap. But the fork had impaled the intruder, so it caught itself on the door. That produced a second loud scream, and the arm was wrenched violently outside. I heard the clatter of the fork on the ground, and then I heard footsteps sprint across the back porch and out the screen door. I immediately turned on the outside lights and caught the glimpse of a figure running towards the woods. Instead of calling the cops, I scooped up both cats, stuffed them into the same carrier, grabbed my phone, my shoes, and sprinted out to my car.
She didn't want the intruder coming in, so she stabbed the guy in the arm. Ow, that shit would hurt.
I drove up the road a couple of miles to my place, and once I was safely inside, I called the cops. It took them half an hour to get to my place, and then another half hour of questioning before they continued down the road to check out my neighbor's house. They told me that there was no sign that the screen door had been broken into, and aside from the bloodstains, there was no sign of the intruder. They put out an alert to local hospitals for a man with a stab wound on his right arm. The following morning, the police brought a dog out to follow the scent, but whoever the lucky bastard was, he was never caught. I kept the cats at my place until my neighbor was out of the hospital. It still shakes me to my soul, the idea that the stranger chose that house in the middle of nowhere, trying to get inside. And if I hadn't got off the couch when I did, this may have ended very differently.
That was honestly, I like that one.
I probably like that one better.
I like the other one better just because this one, they didn't get caught or anything. It was just some guy, she just stabbed him. Yeah, honestly.
I like the dentist one.
Obviously, it was scary to get people chills
like
because
in real life. Oh.
The only scary part was like when she stabbed his arm, basically. So that was
that would hurt like a bitch.
God, it would feel good.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna go with the first one. The second one was pretty good, but the first one, like, it had the scary guy in it for more. So those were two animations we just watched. Shout out to, I don't know how to say it, but Wanzi Entertainment. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like and smash that subscribe button. Click that notification bell so you guys do get a lot of Halloween candy. It was your boy
Carter
and your boy Dusty, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace out, babies.